And Tycho, I think this is a neat segue into what you're building in Zest, right? Because Brad, in one way, I think, is fixing and helping tease out some of the properties of Bitcoin to make it more useful. Zest, at the same time, I think, like, there's a lot of Bitcoin in the world that is just sitting there, right? And any financial asset you should have a yield on. So what's the...
That's exactly what we're going after, right?
Yeah.
It's we're in the end trying to build like the best decentralized Bitcoin yield product out there, right? And you do that on stacks, right? Because we have Clarity, and Clarity has read access to Bitcoin state, right? So we can know where the Bitcoin is. We can know when it's been lent out, when it's been transferred. Bitcoin can just stay Bitcoin. It's just a Bitcoin transaction, but it just becomes a loan because we compute it as a loan, right? In a Clarity smart contract, and that's kind of the beauty of this as well, right? Like that I think stacks will have a lot of powerful fit with the institutional world, right? Because institutions, they have Bitcoin, right? Like institutions, or most big institutions, they don't have Solana or Avalanche, right? And they'll be looking at some point to earn a yield on this Bitcoin, right? And money managers will at some point also have a fiduciary duty to go out there and earn a yield on all of this Bitcoin. So Michael Saylor, and if he's listening to this, like we're coming for your Bitcoin, right? It's quite obvious. And when you talk to these funds, right? Like when you talk to someone who has, say, $1 billion plus in Bitcoin on their balance sheets, they can't like go and wrap all of that and use it on Solana or on Ethereum, right? Because that's just way too much risk. Like maybe they could wrap 5% or 10%, but they need to look for native Bitcoin yield opportunities. And those are very hard to find, and you'd either have to trust the counterparty, stacks can be the big layer to enable all of this exciting institutional activity, right? And we see it here too, like in the room. There's actually a bunch of guys that just rocked up today from the Singapore Sovereign Wealth Fund, right? They're here, right? They're interested in crypto. They're just looking into doing stuff, and they come to the Stacks conference just ahead of Bitcoin 22, right? And so these are the kind of people that will be getting the ecosystem much more. Like I can just see the tip of the iceberg, but it's happening.